You ever pick up a book, get totally into it, and then bam, you're smacked in the face with dialogue that sounds like it was written by a robot? Yeah, it ruins the whole vibe, doesn't it? Well, you're not alone. Writing natural dialogue is one of the trickiest parts of storytelling. But when you get it right, it's like your characters having real conversations right there on the page. As Stephen King said, the key to good dialogue is to have a good ear. So how do we get there? Today, I'm diving into the art of writing dialogue that feels so natural your readers will forget they're reading. Stick around, you don't want to miss it. Let's kick things off with why dialogue even matters so much. You might think it's just the words your characters say, but it's way more than that. Dialogue is like a window into your character's soul. It shows who they are, what they're hiding, and what makes them tick. But here's the tricky part. Making it sound real without turning it into a snooze fest of ums and awkward silences. Trust me, finding the sweet spot is a game changer. You want readers to feel like they're eavesdropping on real conversations, not slogging through a clunky script. Here's where I get a bit sneaky. I've become an expert at what I'm calling ethical eavesdropping. Seriously though, you can learn a ton about how people really talk just by hanging out in a coffee shop or on a bus. Just don't be the guy who stares for too long. Jot down snippets you overhear, note the little quirks and how people phrase things, or even better, keep a dialogue journal. You'll be amazed at how this builds your ability to write conversations that feel authentic. And hey, if anyone catches you taking notes, just say you're a writer doing research. Works every time. Alright, now that we're tuning our ears to real speech, let's talk about character voices. Every character should sound unique, like they've got their own way of seeing the world. A teenager is not going to talk like a professor, right? Maybe your character has a specific way of saying things, like always starting a sentence with honestly, or tossing in a you know at the end. Small touches like these can really bring a character to life. Just don't go overboard with accents or quirks. Readers should still be able to understand what's going on without having to grab a translation guide. Here's where things get interesting. What your characters don't say is sometimes more powerful than what they do say. You've probably heard the phrase, reading between the lines. That's subtext. Maybe a character says, I'm fine, but you know they're anything but fine, because they're clenching their fists or avoiding eye contact. This is where you can layer in emotions without hitting your readers over the head with them. It's all about letting them pick up on the unspoken tension. And let's be real, that's where conversations really pop. Dialogue tags like he said or she said are like seasoning. Use them wisely. Too much and it overpowers the dish, too little and it's bland. Said is usually your best bet because readers barely notice it. It's invisible. But if you find your characters talking in huge blocks of text, throw in some action beats to break it up. Maybe your character fiddles with their coffee mug while they talk, or they glance out the window. These little beats keep the scene grounded and let your readers picture what's happening. Let's talk about pacing. Dialogue should have rhythm, like a good song. Mix it up with short bursts when tension's high, and slow it down for those deep emotional moments. And don't forget pauses. They're like gold for building suspense. Maybe a character gets interrupted mid-thought, or there's an awkward silence that speaks volumes. Keeping that back and forth flow makes it feel real, like a conversation you'd have with a friend, instead of some rehearsed script. Now this might be where the magic happens, editing. If you want your dialogue to truly shine, read it out loud. You'll catch all sorts of weird phrasing that looks fine on paper, but sounds totally off when spoken. And cut the fluff. Nobody wants to read every single and your character might say in real life. And always ask yourself, does this line move the story forward or reveal something new about the character? If it doesn't, delete it. Also, feedback from beta readers is key. They'll tell you if something feels off or it doesn't sound natural. And there you have it. The secrets to writing dialogue that's not just natural, but also engaging. Remember, writing dialogue is as much about listening as it is about writing. Keep your ears open, pay attention to how people speak, and bring that authenticity to your characters. With practice, your dialogue will flow naturally, pulling readers deeper into your story. So whether you're crafting witty banter, heated arguments, or heartfelt confessions, keep it real, keep it natural, and most importantly, have fun with it. If you found any of these tips helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more writing advice right here at the Book Match Club YouTube channel. And hey, got your own tips or tricks for writing dialogue? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what works for you. And don't forget to stop over at bookmatchclub.com for more tips and resources. Keep writing, and I'll catch you on the next one.